All right, we're live. Happy Wednesday. I don't think anyone's here yet. Hey, Kat.
Yeah.
His TV is a little loud. I don't know.
What?
I said I can hear his TV. And it just,
Oh, okay.
But don't be like, you don't have to turn it all the way down. I know, I can't hear it now. It's good. All right, let me finish doing. It does go there. My desk is per usual. Per usual. Hey, Tracy. So good to see you.
Hello, Tracy.
Happy Wednesday. Once a couple of people get in here, I'll show what we're all
Why
about.
does I hear echoes?
Let's mute everybody. Hold on. All right.
How about now?
Can you hear it now?
Yeah, it's like I'm hearing everything over and over again. I don't know where it's coming from.
Mute it. You might.
Oh, wait a minute. I know where. Never mind. Hold on.
Your video. You got Were you watching the chat?
No, I guess not.
Is it still doing it? Cat. Now she muted where she can't hear us. Cat.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, what the heck?
Okay.
It's like my first rodeo, and I forgot what I was doing.
Every time. I've been like that every time. So what are you been crafting, Tracy? What have you been working on? Hey, Elijah. You said that you were going to be quiet if you came in here, but you're not, though. This man. I kicked him out of here, and he just came in here and goes, I'm going to be quiet. And then he hasn't shut up since.
Push the cart.
And Rob playing the video game. It always is like this.
So my computer crashed.
Fun.
So that'll be a minute.
Pocket prayer blankets. I don't know what that is. You should share it in the group so I can see. I have no idea what that is. For a ladies' conference.
Oh, cool.
But I still, is it like a journal? Like, what is it exactly? Okay, cool. That'll work. Yay. We're waiting on Tracy to make her video. She says she wasn't. I think you did like one, or maybe. Like, Tracy, where the videos at? Amazing crafter that we can learn so much for, and she's not making videos, guys.
Okay.
Right, I'm just trying to color inside the line. Come on. So
They're inside the lines.
Right, for real. Can you tell from the screen back here? It's not working out so well. Oh no, is it coming back up, Jamie?
I'm a little scared right now.
Why? It's the black screen or the blue screen?
It's a black screen and it says boot device not found. Please install an operating system on your hard disk.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
F2 system diagnostics.
okay, so hold down the power button and try to restart.
Okay.
I hate computer issues.
It's a prayer cloth. It looks like a mini blanket. Oh, I've never. Yeah, you're gonna totally have to share that. Because, you know, I sew. That's my background. So that sounds pretty amazing. That sounds pretty cool. Excited to see that. Great. I am. Oh, let me do copy. I forgot.
What? Hi, Anna. How are you?
Hi, Anna. Where? Anna, you need to jump on Google Hangout sometime. Been missing you. I know you've been on a trip around the world.
Yeah, she passed me and didn't stop.
Aw.
That's funny.
I've been
She even went to
following
my
Anna on
favorite
Instagram.
shopping places.
All the great things.
Yeah.
That is great. So much fun. Zoe, sit in that chair properly.
I don't know what color that is.
Hold on.
Oh my goodness. I think it's gonna be okay.
Hey, hope so.
Yay.
That was
Yay.
the scariest thing ever.
Are you all crafting now that you're back? Anna? I like Anna's crafting because she like is very clean line and like likes the colors I like.
Yes, Anna, for real. Next time.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Next time you can come to Parkersburg because we should have everything but Tuesday morning by then.
What's so funny to me is, let me tell you what I think is amazing. You know, Anna lives in Houston, right? Where they have like all of the stores and about 40,000 of them. And then she'd be like, I'm traveling around the world going to all the things.
Yeah, but it's different when you get to shop with your daughter.
Well, I think it's also different because Houston is so populated that there is a lot less stuff to find, right? All right, in a second, I'll show you what I'm working on, and then I'll move around to the girls because Kat has an amazing spread she needs to show y'all. Hold on. I just got sidetracked and was like, dee-dee-dee. Because we do this all day long, so I forget. All right. Get out. Bye. Yes. All right. So what I'm working on is I'm making a journal, right? But you're like, oh, okay. But what I'm doing is I'm making a soft cover journal, right? But where it gets kind of tricky is I wanted it to still stand up, right? So I wanted it to still have structure. So it's going to be, and it's soft and pliable, right? So it's a soft one. And this is the cover of it so far. And then I'm making the signatures. So I have this one. That's the inside, but it's going to have papers, of course. And there is this one. And then there is this one. So these are going to be the signatures that are going to be sewn in. And then I'm working on all the papers. So that is what I'm working on. And I like that it's pliable. So it's a soft cover journal. Is what I'm working on. And it's vintage inspired, I will say. Because it's not, it's more inspired. All right. I'm going to put
Jan vintage.
Right. Okay, I'm going to put Kat up really quick. Because Jamie's working on her computer.
I am just working on a page in my journal that I've been working on
Hi, Carrie.
every day. So I decided this one to do some mixed media.
Thanks, Carrie. Hi, April.
And I found these words. Hi, April. Why do I not? Oh, there's Carrie. Hi, Carrie.
Does it surprise you? None of them have been trying this whole match.
Am I really delayed or am I up?
You're up. You're not delayed. You've been up.
I think my screen's frozen on YouTube, but okay. And so what I did was I took texture paste and a spatula and went over it and added texture to the pages. And then I took some homemade alcohol ink, which is made from water, alcohol, and liquid food coloring. And I put it in these little spritzer bottles.
I need to make that like tomorrow.
And I got these at Packet Hands. And then I spritzed my pages to get the colors that I wanted. And then I started, I of course dried it. And then I stamped it with some Stays On ink and put the butterfly and colored it. And now I'm just adding more to the background. So it says Live Life in Full Color. So that's what I'm doing. I need to refresh my screen here.
Okay.
Because all I see is Jan's hand. There we go.
Yeah, you're up for me. And probably. Can everyone see Kat?
It was just mine. It was frozen.
Because I was like, me and Kat were on Google Hangouts yesterday, and I was like, I have an idea. And she was like, what? And I was like, I want to use this fabric, and I want to make a journal, but I want it to be soft, like a soft journal, right? But the problem with soft covered journals is they never have structure, right?
Right.
So the tricky part and what I had to figure out was, and I literally had a dream about it because I thought about it the night before, and it's always like when I first start crafting, I tell Kat, I'm like, I get up and I'm like, I have this idea.
Yeah.
And so I literally was like figuring it out with her how to get it to be a, you know, soft cover, but still have structure, which was the hardest part to figure out. But what's funny is once it all gets put together, it'll have more structure, but I wanted it to be able to stand up on its own.
So now I'm using archival ink that I just put down on my mat to fill in some colors that are just not there for me.
Hi, Dawn.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
That was so scary. I was like, no, my computer just died.
I mean,
Nice. Well,
that is not good.
All right.
Hello, Angela. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Avril, Anna, Terry, all the people I didn't get to say hi to while my computer crashed.
All right.
I ran out of water in my little water brush, so.
Hi, Angie B. Hi, Angie B. All right. So
Hi, Dawn.
that is like the concept. So like, I'm going to kind of put the pages on here so you guys can kind of see once it's not done, and I'm going to kind of add some more. Oh, Jamie, do you want to talk about what you're working on?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm sorry. Kat, the butterfly is amazing, but my favorite part are the circles everywhere.
Yeah, I love the circles.
What did you use to put the circles?
Lids from like spray bottles.
Nice. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, I love circles and straight lines. And
Let me put one up. I know, I've seen that. It's so pretty, right? So pretty, Dawn.
thank you, Angela.
Okay, my turn. Sorry, that's really loud. So I got this at Tuesday morning. Thanks to Kat and Jan's obsession with Tuesday morning right now.
It always is when I just try to stay away. I've been gone for a long time, but it was all Kat's fault.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's all Kat's fault.
And the 20% off coupon didn't help.
Right? I found this Project Life recipe pages. There's 60 pages and 6 dividers for $1.99. And it's number 2098015. And it's regularly $14.99. So it's a pretty good deal. And what I'm doing is, come on, Crystal.
Hi,
you're in here.
Rhonda.
The binder I have has 3 rings. So I am just adjusting the 2 holes to 3 holes so that I can use this cute little binder that a friend gave me to make a recipe book. And I probably won't use all these pages in there, but that is what I'm doing right now.
Jamie, before I send you your friend mail package, don't let me get with me so we can find what you want to go on the front of there, because I can make you a cricket rub on.
On here?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And then we can make some rub-ons too for like each divider.
Oh, that would be so cute. Well, it has appetizers, fruits and veggies, main dishes,
Okay, but how often do you make appetizers, right?
drinks. Yeah, I don't make any of this.
So that's what I'm saying. You can cover it, and then we can make some new ones.
Oh yeah, I could measure this and put like whatever
Yeah.
over this. It'd be cool to make this Disney themed because it's kind of very like it's got like the Disney circles and stuff.
Very cool, Jamie.
Jamie, you could be like, you could make summer soups, like that kind of stuff, right? Like crock pot or like, you know, different, like how you cook it, oven, quick meals, like that kind of stuff.
That is a good idea. The recipe pages, it says name of dish, ingredients, directions, notes. Cards are so cute, and the cards all match the dividers.
So cute.
There's a green one and the red one, and then yeah, all the tops match the dividers. So cute, so cute.
That's adorable.
All right, I'm gonna mute me if you want to put yourself back up because Crystal's in here playing.
Oh, Jamie, listen. She said Albany has recipe stamps at Tuesday morning.
Bo Bunny.
Yeah, I saw them. Bo Bunny ones. Yeah, they did. The one I had, I was at.
Jamie didn't even look at the stamps. Hi, Rhonda.
They didn't have very many like stamps. It was all stuff that we'd all seen before.
I made something.
Okay.
Thank you. Hey, look, a pom pom.
You found one?
I found one. She glued it onto a bunch of ribbon.
Where did you get this from? Come show me.
But like, where did you hide that Ziploc bag?
For real.
Mom, we have you
Hi,
tell us the
Kiki.
paper, please.
I like how my husband and my son have failed me on watching this little person.
We have
Girl, I thought you and your son had a deal. You might.
I know. I need to text him right now.
Hello. Check on that.
I'm gonna text him right now. 90% off mink cards.
No, Rhonda, you need to text us pictures.
scissors.
And we'll be looking.
Where is my big scissors?
I haven't been watching hauls or anything.
You get a cat. Ooh, when you
No, I was just looking for a certain paper pad. That's all I wanted was the certain paper pad.
That was Kat. She was like, "Oh my god, it's my favorite paper pad," and I bought one and I paid $20 for it. And I was like, "Okay, I'll."
Hey,
So
it
I went
doesn't
and looked.
need scissors anymore.
Hold on, I
Crystal.
went and
Oh,
looked.
meet me.
Okay, I went and looked. I couldn't find it. Kat went and looked. She couldn't find it, and Jamie found it today.
Jamie hit the mother load for me.
Jamie sent a picture, and she's like, "I'm at Tuesday morning," and I'm like, "Hold on, Kat," and I'm like, "Get on Google else," and I'm like, "Ooh, what's that? What's that?"
And I'm like, oh my God, it's my paper pad.
Jamie's store had just got their like shipment in that they just put all out.
All right, I
They
think this
literally
is
just
done.
filled the entire craft section.
It was pretty great.
I think I'm almost done with this.
All right, let me see. I'm cutting. 1, 2. That's 2. That's 4. Okay, we need one more. She goes, I went to 2 and they had baskets. Where, Rhonda? You know you live right by me. When? How long ago was this? And girl, you didn't call me and been like, Jan, I need to talk to you about something that's real important. All right, I'm gonna put myself up really quick. All right, so I'm working on decorating, but I kind of wanted to show y'all with all the papers in. So remember, it's a soft cover, right? But with all the signatures in, like how adorable. And I love that it's not. So I wanted the spine to be really thick, and once it gets decorated and everything in, it is. But what I was saying is, if you weren't here before, I wanted to make a soft cover journal, right? So it's soft and pliable and moves, but the heart, like figuring out how to stabilize it, right? Because it was like floppy noodle, and so covered it all with fabric, because and then I made 3 signatures that are going to go in, and I'm working on the paper right now. So there's that one, this one, and this one. And the greatest part about it is instead of sewing the signatures in, since it is a soft cover, I will be able to literally machine sew these signatures into the actual. I mean, it's really going to test my sewing machine, but I believe it'll work. It's going to work, and it's going to be really pretty. So and what I said is this isn't like a vintage journal. It's a vintage inspired, like Jan's vintage kind of journal.
Exactly. It's Jan vintage.
Jan vintage fabric, but it's so pretty. So that's kind of what I'm working on. There's a lot of brown, so
you'll cover that up.
Wait till she's big enough to put. Oh wait, Gracious, you'll find. I know, right? Like pom-poms all over the place, for real. Like, I'm serious. We went to Sam's. We're talking about when you have your kids put up the groceries and the groceries don't get put up, and then by the time you realize it, they're expired. And you are feeling. So it was funny. Well, you know what? Believe it or not, so when I got on here with Kat, I was like, I thought about using some different fabric, right? And I've done that before, but I'm the type of person, like, if it's a prototype, I'm gonna make it work, right? And I'm gonna use it for something. So when I got on, I just kind of was like, I knew that I needed the gaps right here, right? But with putting the gaps right here, you have the problem to where see this gap in the fabric, right? But on this side, there's not gaps. So, and then it was just kind of folding it, which this one got a little tighter than this one, but I think I've been kind of bending this one more. But I think that it works, and it's super cool, and it will have a lot of there. In this book, there won't be ripping of pages, and I think that that's why the concept of making a soft. That's why a lot of people love soft cover journals, because it's not as stable, right? Which means the paper has room to give. So with making a soft cover journal, if you ever notice, if any of y'all have ever had them where I make the inserts all the time, like the one that I did on the video, like the insert, right? So with a soft cover, you don't have a problem with paper ripping and it moves and whatever and shifts, because it's not really rough where you can move it. It kind of gives a little bit. So that's why I was like, well, I want to make a whole journal with signatures, right? And then see how that works. And then I didn't know if the concept would work, and it just kind of like all molded together perfectly. And I was like, look at it worked. It works.
And the fabric you got is awesome. So.
Yeah. So you could pretty much do it with any kind of fabric. But I think that it just kind of worked out. So how I did it, if y'all want to know, is I literally took So I took 3 pieces of paper, right? So kind of like if you're making one of these, which I know not everybody has made their own journals. So you have to think of it of the line of like if you had chipboard. So what I did is I took 2 pieces of cardstock, right? Regular cardstock. And I cut this 5.5 by 3.5. This one got cut at 4.5 by 5.5. And this one's 5.5 by 4.5, right? So what I did is I laid it on the fabric, but I left a 1/4 of an inch gap, right? So I glued it onto the fabric with a 1/4 of an inch gap in between here and here. So when I flipped it over on this piece of paper, I measured out the whole piece of paper. So it was one whole sheet. I actually layered over right here so it would fit, because I don't have a sheet that's long. But so this is one whole sheet, and I glued it down to the fabric, rolled it over, and then just placed it on top of it, sewed it all together, which you wouldn't have to sew it if you didn't want. You could just glue it. And then because this is all one sheet, that gave it stability, where this had the gap in between, that allowed it to bend and right where you wanted it to bend, right? So if that made sense, that's how I did it. And then just cut the inserts, which I have, these are super simple. To make the inserts, you just cut your piece of paper what size you need it, put fabric over it, fold it over, and then your paper on top. And then I just use the same fabric to make little pockets on the side. And then that's going to be the signature covers. So that's going to go into the book and then be part of the signatures. So that was what I've been working on. Now I'm just trying to get all the interior pages together. Thank you so much, Carrie. You're so sweet all the time. But good, it made sense. So that people that have made these, I knew that would make sense and it would be super simple. Thank you. But I know for people that haven't ever made like inserts themselves, or actually, or actually made their own junk journal from like, cereal boxes and non-books, then it might not make sense. Which, I mean, if there was a lot of people that needed a tutorial, I could totally do one. But for the people that, have made it, that's how. So remember, when you're doing it, to give it, just put the gap on one side. But on this is one whole sheet. And then the fabric's on it, and then just glue it together. And then you want to make sure that you do an 1/8 of an inch smaller. So say this measured at 5.5. So what I did was I cut this at 5 3/4, right? So it's just a little bit in, and then just an 1/8 of an inch in. So if you kind of look, you probably can't see, it just comes in just a little bit, right? And I don't know, it worked, and it's perfect. I love it. And I think once it all comes together, it'll be really pretty. So anyways, that's what I've been going on in my world. I'm going to sew some stuff on here real quick, but I'm going to put Cat up.
Okay, I finished my page that I was working on. So you can see it. Get everything else I have out on my desk out of the way. So I just added more circles to it. I just wanted it to be colorful and springy, and being that it's the first day of spring too, which Jaime reminded me of. So that's how that turned out. And then I thought I would work on a little journal that I made out of like a manila envelope. One of the what are they called? This one's white, but they're like manila clasp envelope. So it's a little pocket size journal that you can tie this around, and it holds.
It's adorable.
I love the yellow. I can't get my fingers to work tonight. But when you close it up, that's how it closes.
The paper in it is so pretty though.
Yeah, the paper in this journal is from the old antique store, I believe, on Etsy. And I printed them out on 8.5 by 11, and then I cut them down to size. So I got 2 pages, and on the back I put like old it's a little blurry
Hi, Kathleen. And Dawn, I didn't realize it was spring either.
because
Sorry.
we're moving
Kat.
too fast. I can't get my fingers to work. It's still my internet, probably. It's got old
It looks good if you just turn the page, Cat, and then just wait a second without moving.
okay. Let me put it down here on the desk.
Hi, Kathleen, and hey, Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie.
Thank you, Anna. But the pages from this old antique store, they look like mixed media already. I love them. They're so pretty. And I used one of my little envelopes on the corner to, what's the word I'm looking for? As an embellishment.
Tuck spot.
Yeah, tuck spot. That's the word. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Stephanie. Thank you, Rhonda. Get my fingers to work. But I printed them double-sided with antique paper that I got off of Google, I think. And I like the different colors in it. This lady's shop, and I think this kit was only $1 and had 6 different sheets of paper in it. Yeah, so pretty. I just buy what is pleasing to my eye. And I love making journals. This one I just added some graph paper to give it some interest. And you can still write on it. I think my camera likes a white background better, so I'm gonna have to get like a piece of white what's that, poster board or something to do for lives. One of these days I'll get it all right. Yeah, it was a great deal, Kathleen. And you can print it as many times as you want it. There's a page of the poetry book that I have. And then I just use another tuck spot on that side. And that's the center. It's just one signature. There's a little pocket there, and I just added a little rose on the corner there. I'm trying not to go too fast.
All right, sorry, I'm gonna go kill some pigs.
You know what, Kat? I'm watching you on the Google Hangouts and then on the YouTube. The YouTube is a lot clearer than the Google Hangouts, just so you know.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a lot clearer.
That's strange, isn't it? Just strange.
It is the Google Hangouts. Come on, guys.
But yeah, I love this paper, and yeah. You know what closure I should have done was the same one I did on that little folder where it wrapped around and tied. This one's probably my favorite page. Well, if Frontier hadn't jerked me around, we probably would have had faster internet speed, but they couldn't figure out what it was going to cost me. So. This is like a 1908 dictionary page that I found at a flea market. Thank you, Stacy. Another little pocket. Almost glued that shut. And that's the back with the butterflies. And then this right here is a pocket that you can put things in. That's it. I was just going to decorate the front page.
So pretty.
I love
Thank
it, Kat.
My workplace gets these envelopes. We get them with our statements in them. And they're just going to go in the trash, so I bring them home with me. Okay, Jean, if you want to put somebody else up.
Okay, so how's it? Jamie, I know what she's doing. She's poking holes, right? Are you making
Yeah, I'm poking holes, but I found some more stuff. I found more stuff in the pack.
Oh, I got you. Up.
Okay.
You're a bitch. Do this one.
I've been poking lots and lots of holes. But I found there was a conversion chart in there. Healthy meals for the family.
Nice.
Potluck meals.
Cool.
My family's favorite dishes. It's time to party. Quick cooking. My favorite takeout spots. And then you can list the phone numbers if you want to. And then recipes I still need, which this is where I'll list all the stuff that my mom needs to give me. That's my grandma's. And then there's a weekly schedule.
Nice.
Which is really cool. I'm going to copy these.
Copy that, yeah.
I'm copying these on cards. My little mini me is loving the whole puncher. Yeah, I'm going to copy these and use these because... But yeah, that's awesome. I was like, oh, what's this? As I got to the bottom of the pack. I'm trying to be a good wife and actually like cook things, and a lot of the stuff I like to cook is on Pinterest, and it's so annoying to have to keep constantly going back to my phone to get the recipe. Once we have a favorite one, I just want to put it in a cookbook.
Hi, Donna.
So I'm almost through my
Hi, Donna.
pack here. Hello, Donna.
Look at this. Let me show you guys something. Look how pretty it is with the lace, though. Okay, so I put the lace on the things. Do you see? Look, do you see it, Kat?
Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
Right?
Oh, so pretty.
The lace coming out from the signature.
So pretty.
I'm so fun. Let's do it. Each of the signatures are going to have that same. I need to get some more of this, but I think I put on a D-stash. It's the, what did I tell you that this ribbon is? It's the, what was I telling you the other day? We were looking at eBay and I was like, it's my favorite ribbon of all time. It's called double gathered lace.
Gathered, yeah.
But this is called double gathered. Right? So that's the signatures. So I'm not sewing the signatures in yet because I have to divide them how I want them. And like I've learned when it comes to, you need to decorate your pages before you put it together. So I have to kind of decorate, but I just put all the lace on those little parts and I was like, oh my God, it's so pretty. And for those of y'all that are coming late, I basically was talking about, I made a soft covered junk journal, right? So it's super flexible, but it's still sturdy. So it can still stand up if you needed it to. But
So
that's
pretty.
kind of what I've been working on. So cute. So I love this. I love this concept, and I could probably make more of these and get everybody else to make some everybody, because this is super simple. And besides fabric, it's all like cardstock and just kind of stuff that we have already. All right, so I'm gonna start decorating these. Oh, so what I made it out of is just regular cardstock and fabric. So that's all it is. So I was saying it's under here is cardstock, but it's just two stacks. So for instance, say let's just pretend like this is this, right? So what I did is, and we're going to pretend like this is accurately measured, okay? So let's just pretend like I'm actually measuring these and all the pieces work, okay? So how I did it was I had two. So pretend like this is 2D. So what I did is I took another piece of cardstock, like say for instance, and I glued it on so it would make it a little thicker, right? So it's 2 pieces of cardstock. Pretend like that's what it is, right? So what I did is I took my fabric and let me grab a piece of fabric and we're going to pretend like this fabric is the right size too. Okay. So what I did was I took the cardstock that's 2 layers thick and I just left like a 1/4 inch gap between them. And then I glued that down. So then after I glued it all down, I, of course, did the fabric because the fabric's supposed to be bigger, right? Glued the fabric all the way around to it, right? Well, so let's pretend like this is all glued down. It's got the fabric. Well, on this side, this is all one sheet. So the part that goes on top. So on this side, it's one whole sheet. This one doesn't get cut. So pretend like I put my fabric. So I glued my fabric on there. It has fabric. And then I laid it on top of there. This side doesn't have the gaps. That allows it to be soft cover, but it allows it to have the gap where it turns here. But since this one doesn't have the cuts, it gives it more stability, right? So that's how, if you look here, it has, this is the one where I left a 1/4 inch gap. This is the one that's not. So it still is stable, but it's a soft cover journal, if that makes sense. Oh, she's live? I didn't know.
Who's live?
I don't, they said Dawn. Char's live. Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know. Okay. Well, if anyone goes, tell her I said hello. So that's kind of what I've been doing. So now I'm gonna put these 2 signatures back in here, and then I've spent the time kind of like cutting out a bunch of stuff, fussy cutting, getting a whole bunch of stuff together. So this is my insert part. I want to make sure this one is different than the one that's on there. Okay, that one's different. This can go here. So I'm going to start with my inside. Let me make sure all my divide this up. The way it's supposed to go in the book. I'm kind of OCD about the way this is in the book, which is kind of crazy. Okay.
Oh, come on, mother.
All right, so
Jan, Rhonda says you'll need to do a tutorial on that.
Okay. Were you not paying attention? I did the tutorial. No, I'm just kidding. I did it though. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a little pocket for here. That was all that fabric that I was like, let's pretend like this is all the right size. It's like the leftover fabric that when I was cutting stuff, I needed stuff to be like the right size. I always keep it. So when I'm making little pockets and stuff. All right, so let me just line up my lines because that'll drive me crazy. But what's great about this fabric is you need it to be kind of straight, but it's got the lines from the, so it kind of goes a little bit. But I think I might have to stick this in. Nah, freehand it. So you can always.
Hi, Dana.
Hi, Dana.
Hi, Dina. You can always put your fabric in your paper cutter and it works too. All right, so.
You've cut fabric in your paper cutter?
Yeah, you want me to show you?
I've never done that. Where have I been?
Oh, yeah. All day long. So watch. I'm going to straighten this line up. 2 or 3 more pictures, nice. Huh. I'll have to check that out. So, do you see, Kat?
Yeah.
So it kind of gives it a rough edge sometimes like that, but my blade is really dull. But yeah, you can just stick it in and it'll line it up.
That is super cool.
Let me see
Learn something new.
how much. All right, so we need. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody. If anyone came in and they weren't said hi, I didn't say hi. Just say hi again. 4. All right. On the end right here, but it's like a thin line, and then that way it's more accurate. Accurate. I really want to cut this part. Use some
I'm going to be putting Crystal to bed in like 5 minutes so that I can actually keep my mic unmuted.
fun times. Do you know she didn't want to be in there with you till you went live, though?
Yeah, she was totally downstairs playing with her dad. And then her dad, she was like starting to throw a tantrum. And her dad brought her up to the door and like they opened the door and she like threw herself on the floor and was like all sad. And I was like, she can come in here. It's fine.
Your cough drop.
But yeah, she wanted nothing to do with in here until the computer went on. Oh, she brought me my cough drops. So sweet. Right, caffeine children.
All right.
I learned something new too, Rhonda. You could cut fabric in a paper trimmer.
Yeah.
It is a chore, Stacey. It's such a chore. Except for she goes to preschool now. So she like actually when we put her in bed at like 8, she like stays in bed. She might get up to go potty like one time and then she's like out, like snoring. Because she's so exhausted from school because she goes to a full day preschool now.
That's what I was laughing at when you were like, I think we're gonna wait another year. No. Oh, I did it. Okay, this will work. It'll be okay. All right. Again. Pay attention, Jan. All right. So I just like put a little pocket and it's this little fabric pocket in there that I just sewed. And then I want to make, I think I have more than one. I'm going to see. Do I have any that are, let me just grab a piece of paper. I want to add a little bit of color, kind of. As much color as will be allowed for the vintage inspired. Animal print, is that too much? No, I'm just kidding. Red though. This one.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. No, it's more like I call it vintage inspired. And the reason why I say that is because it's not like, hold on, I'll put it together and show you. It's not shabby at all. There's not a lot of color. It's all browns and muted, right? But I'm calling it vintage inspired because I'm gonna, in the end, it's gonna be like OCD and super clean lines and maybe a little bit. But if you look, it's not shabby. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of could be because of this.
Yeah.
But because of the ribbon.
It's like a cross between a
cross, right? Because to me, shabby has more like blues and kind of greens and pinks and whatever. So with this, it's all like browns. And so, I mean, even the ribbon is brown. So that it's not my version of shabby anyway. But I think it's still like super pretty and
it is awesome.
Dana, you were gone, so I was telling everybody, but Rhonda wants me to do a tutorial. So I was on here on Google Hangouts with the girls yesterday, and I told Kat, I have this idea, this concept. I want to make a journal, but I don't want it to be hard. I want it to be a soft cover journal. But the problem with soft cover journals is they all look like this, right? They all look like the inserts, and they're not stable, right? So I wanted to make a soft cover journal that has the structure. So that's what I figured out how to do. So it's still a soft color covered journal, but it has the stable where it's got structure to it. So that's what I'm working on. And it's so pretty. It came out even better. And all I'm thinking is, oh my God, do you know how pretty this is going to be when I don't make it like vintage inspired? Like I make it all girly and all pretty and like, yay, all the things. That's going to be super pretty. Hi, Barb.
When she makes it to a cat.
Yeah, so that's right. I know. All of the things, all of these are there for you. So since I had all this vintage stuff out and all this fabric and I had been working on it, I was like, well, I'm just going to make it with what I have out already, right?
It is gorgeous.
Yes, that's what I did. I was lining up for the pockets. And even if it doesn't cut all the way through, it'll line it up where you just have to take scissors and snip like one string or so. All right, so I'm working on, which one was I working on? It's this one. I'm like, come back, lady. It's this one that I'm working on. All right, so it's my interpretation of shabby because it's not completely shabby. And this is like red brown, and this is all taupe with like writing. I'm sure the camera's not picking up the details in this paper. Like there's writing behind it in the leaves and like vintage writing. It's so pretty. Send me my envelope.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. That was super fast.
Well, I got her all in her pajamas and everything, got her potty, and then her dad was done showering and he came in and I'm like, who do you want to read you a story? And she's like, Daddy. Daddy's my helper.
You see how Dawn's like, I really need to go to the grocery store, but then she was talking about she went to Tuesday morning and got that paper pad though.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It's kind of like vintage girly, I guess would be my thing on it. Vintage. I think like a lot of vintage is kind of like more masculine or it's not as frilly. So vintage frilly, vintage girly. Oh, Jamie, did I tell you? So I ordered some stuff from Happy Planner. Today was the 11th day, right? And they had not mailed my stuff out. So I was going to call them today, and guess what? It magically got fulfilled. They finally mailed it today.
Oh.
It took them 10 days.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, that's ridiculous. So I'm just making some little envelopes. It's a 6x6, and I've made these a million times. I want the thing that I don't know what happened to it. All right.
Dana says vintage is dirtier.
Yes, right? That's what I'm saying. Remember, I told you, if y'all missed the last live, I was talking about how I was making something for a friend, and I was like, "What's her aesthetic?" And Kat was like, "Vintage," and I'm like, "Ugh." And I'm like, "I have to make everything brown and dirty." Ugh. Okay.
How did we become friends again?
Poor Jan. She was not. She was like, no. It was pretty funny.
Oh, I know. Girl too.
I'm a vintage girl. Yes.
Yeah, I'm a total Amazon person, but they didn't have what I was looking for, so I ordered directly from Happy Planner. I was looking for an undated planner. I'm sorry if anyone has a migraine. Right? So yours isn't either. I know vintage is not my thing. I literally was like, oh my God, I was so irritated about it. Kat was laughing at me because I'm like, I was literally like throwing a fit about it. I was like,
It was like a little kid.
I was like, I hate that out of all things. But
Vintage is awesome.
it worked out because y'all seen what I made. I made that little thing, even though it still was like super crazy and not so vintagey because I added glitter on everything. I was like, throw glitter at it, glitter will make it better. Put glitter on everything. So funny, right?
I think I can do any style as long as I get to layer. Put layers of stuff.
All right, let me make sure this is the right size. It's kind of longer than I wanted it to be, but it'll work. All right. And I am just going to cut off this little piece right here. Right. Kat likes vintage though.
Yeah.
So whenever
I
I tried to at one time, but it's just not. I mean, I can do. That's why I say mine is not vintage. It's vintage inspired.
I think there's a difference between vintage and grungy, and I'm not a big fan of the real grungy.
Well, vintage can be like all the way where people use like throwing vintage together, right? Like there's no rhyme or reason at times, and like
Yeah, when it is so dark that you can't see what it started out to be, that's a little too grungy for me. Gold glitter paper. When it needs a bath, Dana. Yeah, there's some that do grungy, and yeah. But I don't think I do the really grungy vintage. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but
it's more. Yours is way more vintage than mine. But I think like yours is simple because you're not like adding. Everything has a rhyme or reason, right? Because I think sometimes with people, they'll be like, "This is vintage, so this goes." And
right.
Like, it's kind of like, have you ever tried to make like a blue journal where everything's blue or pink or whatever? Like, it just at the point, some people will be like, "Okay, just because it's that color doesn't mean it should be in there, right?" Yeah. I have this little like, don't judge me. So like this this is to keep it kind of organized, but this is like, I think there's even mail in here. Hold on. So don't judge me. So this is all like the scraps and stuff that I've been dealing with and working with all the other journals. But I have like these glitter pieces in the middle, but I'm not trying not to use the glitter in this one, even though I want to. So I literally, with cat, like there's a candy bar in here too. So I'm like,
Called a prep basket, right?
take this with me, right? But anyway, this is most of the stuff that I've been using or kind of working on or fooling around with. I probably need to glitter up, not really, because all the glitter is like in here. So there's like a whole bunch of, not every glitter. I probably should have went through and took out the stuff that, but there's still a bunch of glitter pieces, right? But I'm trying not to use glitter in this journal because glitter does make a mess, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know glitter isn't everybody's cup of tea. I don't mind it. I'm like, oh my God, there's glitter everywhere. I love it. I'm that kind of girl. So if y'all send me glitter stuff, I will not be upset about it. My husband might, but not me. But anyway, so I had a point to pulling this out because I am going to find an image because I am a funny girl and didn't.
RN's name is Stacy. Oh, then Stacy answered.
Yeah. I find my style changes as I get older. I used to hate all florals, but now I love them. Agree. Well, I think I just get burnt out on stuff.
Rhonda wants to know what
Right?
style the almond joy is.
Oh, it's sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you. So it's the one with the almond, I guess. Yeah, right. So funny and so inappropriate, but it was hilarious. It was the one with the almond. Like, I just don't like, I'm not a person that likes it without, though. Are y'all the people that like the almond joy without the almond? I like it with the almond.
I like either.
I like the Mounds bars.
You like the mounds?
I'm not allowed to have the almonds, so.
Right. She says, not sure how my cat feels about it. She ends up glitter on her. I know. Well, that's what we had a conversation where my husband was complaining about the glitter and it was inappropriate, totally inappropriate, but it was funny because he was like, I had glitter everywhere. Well, I'll tell you in a nice way. He said, because I had like glitter everywhere one day because what happened was I had the glitter and it spilled because Elijah came and got in it and he walked around and was touching everything. And he was like, Rob tells me, he's like, I went to work and went to the bathroom and had glitter in places that it shouldn't have been. Like, it was inappropriate. He's like, I know them people at work be like, where did he go? Because my husband comes home for lunch and he's like, I know them people at work be like, he went to the strip club at lunch and came back full of glitter. Like, so funny. Because Elijah like got glitter down and went and laid down and had glitter all in the bed. It was everywhere, but I was like, you're all right. Glitter makes everything better. All right, so all this will get decorated, which I will do in the end. And I'm kind of thinking, so my whole thing about this is I kind of want to like add a bunch of stuff and decorate it, but I think with this one I'm not, because I want the person themselves to, so I have a lot of cutter parts, but I think with this I'm just going to add them and I'm going to leave it kind of blank, right? Because I want the person to be able to decorate and put it where they want. And but the basics like here, and then like the big decorations I'm going to put on there, which was a little pocket and the little envelopes on each one. Glitter for days, right? I know. Kathleen, you got like a hell of lag. But you're just still talking about almond joys. He was literally exactly, Dana. Exactly. No, it wouldn't be an almond joy, right? That's funny. We're so inappropriate. So inappropriate. All right, so I'm gonna make this other one. I'm gonna put the girls up because I've been up for a
That's what
while.
makes us fun.
Talking and talking. All right, so let's put Cat up for a little while. I have tons of glitter, but never use it. I only have boys, so don't find much use for it. Oh, girl, you didn't see the little book I made? Like, it just like brought the thing to life. I mean, maybe not everyone would think that, but to me, it just made like, okay, let me show you the difference, right? I'm sure I have these images where they're not glittered. Okay, so let me find.
Oh, good night.
Let me find this image. So you tell me, look at the difference of these two images. I mean, hold on. Let me turn it dark because the darkness will make the glitter come to life. So look at the difference of adding just a little bit of glitter to something, right?
Gives it the extra touch. But that little girl's eyes are creepy.
She's looking over. I know, but it's so cute. And there was like, okay, so there's that one, right? And then hold on. Let me do one that is up Cat's wheelhouse. Hold on. No, it's not that one. Hold on. Is it that one? No, that's a different one. Hold on. 1 second, and then
My favorite one was the rose.
no, the rose was pretty too, but look at this. So here's this butterfly, right? So here's the regular one. Let me zoom in a little bit. So here's the butterfly, and here's it with the glitter.
Yeah, it's cute.
Right? I mean, it's a messy cute, but it's cute. And then I don't think I have the rose. I think I used them on that.
Yeah, I think I have.
Well, look at this one. Hold on. Let me flick it. This one is cute too. Hold on, let me find it where it doesn't have the glitter on it. But I know glitter is not for everybody, but I adore it. I think, like, I could have sealed the glitter in too, because you could always seal it in with like Mod Podge, which I'm not a fan of. But, you know, a lot of people use it. Or you could seal it in with art glitter glue, which I was like, look, when y'all get it, if y'all want to seal it in, seal it in. But, like, look at the difference. Okay, tell me that isn't magical.
It is very pretty.
Hi, Kelly. Strange vintage people that creep you out. I agree.
Some of them are strange and creepy, but that little girl's eyes just creeps me out for some reason.
Hi, Kelly.
Glitter glue tubes sold at Walmart. Yeah, but it's different when you're adding it yourself in like a little bitty bottle.
Yeah.
Because I've see them, and they don't sell them at my Walmart. Just saying, Dana. We tried that. But see, don't y'all think like the glitter one is so much prettier?
Yeah, I love those too. Why am I?
I don't know. I might add a little bit of that to it, or put it in there with it, and they can decide on their own. Or they can add their own glitter, and it's all magical things. All that magic. And I just got rid of all the glitter. All the magical stuff. Right, Stephanie? Much better. It just makes a little mess. Just wipe it down. You're okay. A little glitter. The only time it drives me crazy is when it gets on top of my like eyelash, and then I keep seeing. I'm like, I know there's some damn glitter, and you know that glitter doesn't want to get off your skin, so you're like, what? I keep wiping it, but it's letting him seeing that glitter.
Spray it down with hairspray.
Yeah, but you have to be careful with spraying when you have when it's printed, because it can cause your ink to. There's alcohol in most hairsprays, so it can cause it to bleed. The ink. Right. It's like that damn glitter's on my eyeball. I know it is. That's Stacy, Kelly.
The one that sticks in your nail that you can't get out. Yeah.
That one's horrible too. But I really like super fine glitter. So I've noticed like this is really fine glitter. Like, so I don't like chunky glitter. That I'm not a fan of.
No.
It's either got to be spangles or it's got to be fine glitter. I don't like chunky glitter. All right. So I'm just inking up these for my envelopes. I think I only need 3. All right, let me go down. I'm just putting a little color on the inside. Good night, Kathleen.
Night, Kathleen.
I told Rob doesn't say anything. I just came home one day, or he came up from work and he was all with the vacuum cleaner, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I went to work and I had glitter everywhere. I had glitter in places it's not supposed to be." You'll be all right. Not the big 60 hairspray, right? I know, right? If we weren't crafters, you know, it'd be like, where's that glitter coming from? But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, he works with people, none of them are crafters are like, see glitter, and they're like, sketchy sketch. So funny.
Dana's touch.
So I'm just making envelopes. Okay, I'm gonna put cat up really quick.
I'm just decorating. I'm the rebel. Jen says decorate the pages before you sew them in. I do everything backwards.
That would drive me crazy. Even when I've done it by accident and forgot, I'm like, I forgot to put something. I'm like, everything's ruined. Oh no.
I don't know. It's how my brain works.
So, okay, let's take a vote. Who type in, okay, if you do it before, put the word before if you do it after. How many of y'all decorate the pages? Because like with all, not including altar books, because altar books have to be done after. That's what we were talking about. Kat, that's her. Well, no, you should decorate the pages before you glue them in. Okay, so when you're doing the journals, do y'all decorate the pages before you put it together or after?
If I'm stamping, I do it before, but before. See, I said I'm the oddball. I do everything backwards from everybody else.
It's before.
I think if it's as long as it turns out good, you're okay, right?
Don, do you do it before? Oh, you haven't done a journal. Don makes them. So Don, do you do it before? Don does after. Oh, so Rhonda does after.
Rhonda, I knew I liked you for a reason. I just can't get my head to go, oh, I need to decorate this. And then I'm like, I put it in the wrong order and everything's messed up. Kind of do both, moving more to after.
I kind of do both. See, I do a lot afterwards, right? But I think because I'm a sewer and most everything gets sewed, you have to do sewing before. You can't sew after you put the book together. It doesn't work. Right. Unless it's like one piece, right? And Kat knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do my sewing beforehand.
So if like you're sewing anything onto the pages, that kind of needs to be done before.
Right. And that I will get.
Right? I agree, Dana. I agree completely.
What do you want to do?
See, if for me, I feel like if I do it before that, when I go to put it together, I'm going to have it in the wrong order. From what
Did I lose you, Kat?
I don't think so.
I think something happened. Jamie, are you here? I think it's only me. Jamie, talk?
I just got back.
I can't hear anybody. Can y'all hear me though?
I can.
I think sound just went away for me.
Uh-oh.
Tell me if you guys can hear me or if you can hear Kat or Jamie. Because I can't hear anything.
You can't hear me at all?
I didn't do anything different.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Maybe it's Google Hangouts that's having issues tonight.
She says they hear all of us, but I don't hear anybody though.
Did you mute your mic? Mute your
Like your
sound?
headset?
No, I'm not gonna make it late.
But I was just fine.
Where's Kat?
But they're saying they can hear all of us.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you. It's switched. Okay, we're all back. Sorry.
Okay.
They're probably just frustrating. You're like, what is this talking about? All right.
Now my screen's frozen.
It's Google Hangouts tonight. I'm telling y'all, it crashed my computer. Now you guys are all having technical difficulties. It's Google Hangouts.
It's always acting up. Huh?
Okay. You hear all three. So, okay.
Nice. Yeah, okay, we're all back. We can hear each other too, which is a good thing. Doesn't mean we're listening, but we can hear each other.
Dana did a new, what did I miss there in the chat? Dana did something.
She said that she came up with a no binding technique, no hand sewing. She'll have to show us. Yeah, that's cool. That
Oh, nice.
you can like do a video or something. Send it to us or put it on YouTube. Nice. Well, the good thing is now we can hear who's delayed. Stacy has a delay because she just said she can hear us all. So we need to get Dawn on Google Hangouts because we could learn so much from Dawn.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I know Dawn works a lot, but Dawn, I know you need to get on Google Hangouts. You don't have to go live; just hang out with us and craft. All right. So
That needs a flower. So what time is it?
it is 10:20, 11:22. So you're about to get off.
I'm probably going to have to. I have to be to work at 7:30 in the morning.
Okay. I can't believe the day went by so fast today.
I know. It was crazy.
It did. It went by super fast.
I got a lot done though.
Did you get done what you needed to get done?
No, but I still got a lot done.
I need to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, okay. And then today I reminded her and she goes, yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah. I'm very bad about procrastination.
When I got stuff I have to do, I make a list. I start keeping a list and I'm like, okay, these are the things that I want to do and these are things I have to do. So when
I don't have to have it done till Friday, so I can put it in the mail.
No. It should have been done today. That's that procrastination thinking.
Yeah, it is. I admit it.
Yay, Dawn, you should. You should shoot me an email sometime. And then we'll kind of talk you through it. Shoot me an email and then I'll shoot you my phone number.
That's me, Barb. I make lists and then I forget where I put the list. And then I don't follow it because I can't find the list.
Yes.
No, you have to. Okay, I'm going to fix y'all. Don't worry. I got a plan for y'all.
I'm trying to use my planner. I was just filling it out today, but it's just like, it's so big.
No, not that. I have a better idea. But it's a secret. I'll have to if I'll have to tell you if I tell you right now.
Okay. It's a secret. Got it.
Okay, let me find my fabric pieces.
I am the world's biggest procrastinator outside of my daughter. She gets it honestly. I was the kid in school who waited until the day before the report was due to do the report.
No, that stresses me out. That stresses me out.
But as a mom, I was always yelling at my daughter, "You need to do it now." Not tomorrow. I do good lists and then I throw them in the trash because I forget what I wrote them down on. I'm just being honest. I'll write them down on a scrap piece of paper on what I need to do, and then I'll look for that paper an hour later and it's crumbled up and in the trash can.
That's funny.
Go into that little cubby hole here at the end of the screen, and then I'll teleport us.
Okay. And I'll cut off the excess. I think that's 2, actually. I need to cut this
Yeah,
down.
Texas. Sorry. Teleport. Take it. Go.
Oh, I was never one to do a verbal report, Barb.
I loved verbal reports
Yes. Me
because then I didn't technically have to write anything down.
I could like totally just make up stuff and go with it. Like,
Yep, me too. That was me.
Nah.
it's talking in circles.
I tried to do a verbal report and ended up almost falling into the chalkboard because it made me so nervous. Like, my teacher was recording it and she's like, "I've never seen anybody stand at that angle."
Right?
Oh, yeah. It wasn't my thing.
Aw. That's funny. Well, kind of, but not really. But funny, but kind of, but not really. No, I'm just playing.
It was horrible.
Well, hold on. Barb, I just had to go first. I lived through it. That's funny. All right.
Now I could speak in front of people, but not back then.
I hated reading out loud. I never understood that. That irritated me. When the teacher was calling people to read out loud, I was like, really? Who reads out? And like in high school, right? Like none of us read out loud.
Oh no.
And I'm not understanding anything any of these people are reading because they sound like they're anyway. And so I hate it. That would literally put me to sleep. I'll be like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall asleep. I don't know how I'm gonna stay awake. And then she's gonna call on me, and then I'm not gonna even know where we're at because I'm literally asleep with my eyes open. Ugh, so stressful. Like for real. That used to stress me out when I'd be like, ugh. So I would literally go to the counselor and be like, I need to be put in another class. Like I cannot with this reading out loud stuff.
I slept through senior English and she woke me up one day to read and she goes, "Do you even know what the story is about?" And I'm like, I told her and she goes, "Okay, go back to sleep." I'm like, thanks. I don't know why she ever woke me up in the first place.
Right?
It's like, lady, I didn't get off work until 1 a.m. this morning. Leave me alone.
I'm going to put Jaime up real quick.
Okay.
Jaime. Oh, you punched the extra holes? That's cute.
Yep. So sorry to everyone that I'm coughing. I'm recovering from strep throat and a sinus infection. It's lovely.
Okay, girls, I'm gonna get off here and go to bed.
Night, night, cat.
Well, we're probably gonna get off too after Jamie talks about what she's gonna do. But you can go, Kat. We will see you mañana.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
So I'll show everybody what I have left over. Whoops, sorry about the camera. So I have enough to do another one, and I can even make my own little binders because I have that tab punch, and I just use cardstock. I can make a whole nother one for a friend.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, there's the extra holes here, but I just use this right here and the crocodile, which you all saw for like a half hour, and punch the holes. It worked great. And now, Jan, you said you're going to help me make little covers and stuff.
Yeah.
Or little vinyl pieces to cover that stuff up. But yeah, it turned out really good. And then I'm going to write the recipes down on
It's better to type.
Post-it notes. Because I started to write it and I was like, oh, yeah, I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to just write down the ones. I'm writing these off of memory from Pinterest.
You can make like a little envelope, right? Not an envelope, but you can make like a recipe card. Like, remember how in Halloween I was making all the recipe cards and I was typing out the recipes in them?
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Because you can fit a lot more by typing it and messing with the font than you can handwriting.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I'll do. But I'm gonna think of all my recipes, and I just was using washi tape, just taping in there, just trying to figure it out.
If you put, so that piece of paper, pretend like it's a 4x6, right? You could put a picture of what it looks like at the top and then the recipe at the bottom.
I could, yeah.
That would be cute. Or put somewhere like, or you can just, what I'm saying is you could just put it in the front, like punch holes and put a picture of it.
I was thinking of doing is adding pockets since I have that paper pad, that recipe paper pad.
Oh, yeah.
Actually putting pockets. Like make a pocket and then type out on a recipe card. Yeah. And then stick the recipe card in there.
Cute.
I mean they have all this cool writing stuff, but I mean it might be cute just to make my own little pockets and have a card that I can pull out.
Yeah, that would be cute.
I don't know. I'm debating. That's why I was like, I started to write, then I was like, no, let me think about this.
Right?
So, but I'm loving the idea that now I can put all the Pinterest recipes that we love in a book. So I got that done so I can get started. Yay.
Okay, guys. Well, I think we're going to stop right now. Hold on. Let's see. One of the things I cherish most of my mom is her handwritten recipes, even though I don't write my own and know I should. Aw.
Aw, Barb.
Your favorite.
Oh, Stacey, yeah, I'll do like once I get this going and figure it out, I'll do like a project share. I might be working on it still on another live. Who knows? Because I'm like so excited about this.
So much fun. All right, guys. Well, thanks everyone for watching the live. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully we'll do more videos and stuff soon. And okay. Sorry. So, thanks everyone for watching. Dawn, you should totally shoot me an email. Night, everyone. Thanks everyone for supporting. Thanks everyone for putting a thumbs up.
Yes, thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Stephanie. Good night, Barb and Anna and everyone. All right. I know, right? I've missed you guys too. So we'll see you guys later.